almost even at low down speeds, the car is wanting to just rotate and turn in and tuck. And I just love that about this car. Hi guys, Alex Peak Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog and welcome to another video in an Alpine A110, but this is a new one. Yes, this is the new kind of facelifted newer version. It looks very much of a muchness as such, but there's a few little basic fundamental design cue differences. But the main thing that's different in this time round is actually that it's got a little bit more power than ever before. So now it has got 300 brake horsepower, pretty much exactly. So it's up quite a good gain, and it's got another extra 20 Newton meters of torque. So it was already fast, and this car weighs, like I say, less than 1,200 kilograms. So it was wild and fun and fast before. So imagine what it's going to be like now with the extra power and torque. And aside from just brake horsepower and extra torque, this car has got some extra fundamental differences as well. Basically, what Alpine have done, aside from the design cue differences, they have increased everything and basically amped up every kind of thing in the car, from the changes in the uptake. So the up changes, the down changes are more ferocious and more quicker. The steering response and rack is quicker. The steering weight is more weighty. The engine response has been increased and crisped up even further, and it was already amazing. And yeah, they've upped the power and the torque as well. So basically, it is an amped up, new age, new gen version of an already outstanding car. So yeah, let's drive it and let's see what it's all about. Let's put it into sports mode straight away. Listen to it straight away. The chassis, honestly, even from low down speeds, it just feels so sprightly straight away. So before we go on and rattle this and put this out and push the chassis too much, and you won't be able to hear me, let's talk about everything. So yeah, like I say, steering in every one of the settings is super sharp, nicely weighted. You get a lovely connection on the front end while hearing those turbochargers spool up and the pops and the crackles coming out of the exhaust. Oh, it's just amazing. I absolutely adore this little car. Yeah, like I say, steering response and sharpness is beautiful. Lovely connected feel on the front end. At the same time, almost even at low down speeds, the car is wanting to just rotate and turn in and tuck. And I just love that about this car. Brake force modulation, so pedal feel underneath foot is crisp, hard and responsive. So you can get that speed off the car if you want. And acceleration out of the corners is amazing. Throttle response, like I say before, it's been increased, and right, I'm on. It's instantaneous. It is absolutely amazing. The chassis, even with cold tyres. Oh yes, Alpine know how to make a car. Like I say, this is a lightweight, little fun, mad little raucous little car. Obviously, it's got to basically be able to keep up with the BMW M2 competition. Obviously going to be newly reformed and released very soon, and that's going to be, I'm sure, very impressive, as well as all of the Porsche 718 kind of cars, essentially, probably the GTS. That is what it has to compete with. So it has already got a very hard thing to do in its lifetime. But I've always said this to anyone who follows our channel. Of the 3 cars in that little Halo series, or you could have even actually add the Supra GR into the mix as well, the current gen Mark V. of those 4 cars, this is the most fun to drive. There is, I mean, absolutely no doubt. The Porsche keeps things in check a bit more, and it's a point A to point B car on track, and it will do it in the most neutral, most efficient kind of way. The M2 does a good balance of the two. This is the most raucous, most fun, and the GR is probably a bit more like the M2 as well, if I'm honest, the Supra. Of the cars, of all those 4 cars, for me, I would much rather grab the keys of this car over those cars any day of the week. If I was taking it on track, probably still even this, but you might, what if you're going for an out time attack lap record, or you're looking for lap records, maybe it might be the high end, most top end flagship 718 that you might find yourself wanting to be in. But if you're not worried about that, this is going to be right on the toes of all of those cars, and you're going to have the most smiles per miles in this car. This is going to be the most fun. And this is why it just dances around. It pops, it crackles, it brakes really, really well. Tuck the nose in, hit those apexes every time. And obviously they've done a few little things, and I'm not sure about everything, but links in the bio to everything, all the tech specs. This one feels even more sharper actually in every aspect than the outgoing model, which was already phenomenal and still my favourite of those 4 cars I mentioned. Oh, it's got some get up and go out in the corners. But it feels even sharper, it feels even more connected, it feels like it's got more mechanical grip than ever before. And it's just, the biggest thing is the fun factor. Turn it in, go on boy. What a car this little Alpine A110 GT is. In the first gear. It's playful. What a machine. You can get on the brakes really late, but you've got to give it a nice big heavy stab, get the weight off, get the speed off. What a machine this is. What an absolute driving weapon this car is. Phenomenal. So we're talking about driver dynamics. Actually, one of the things that's worth noting is actually how comfortable this car. These seats are absolutely lovely. I think as long as you're not too big and wide, I guess, and I mean that in a nice way, I'm not saying it in a really condescending way, but if you're big, these bucket seats may be a little bit big for you, but I think anyone mid-sized to small, if that makes any sense, I mean I'm small, will be very happy with how comfortable and nice these seats feel. They're really, really nice, holding you in. I mean, like I say, this has got such a good little chassis, and it's got such good cornering grip that you definitely need a seat like this, because you would be sliding out otherwise, because the chassis is just hanging on. And like I say, you don't buy this car for miles per gallon, you buy it for miles per gallon. But I have to say, if you do drive it carefully, you can get about 30 miles per gallon, which is, yeah, bloody nothing short of amazing, really. But I say you don't buy it for miles per gallon. It's doing an average of around 25. Let's give it a bit of acceleration. That's quick now, I'll tell you. That does feel quite a bit quicker than it did before. Like I say, chassis control and everything else just feels somehow just that little bit better. And I don't know what they needed to improve it on. I mean, it always used to be a bit of a darty, loose car, but in a fun sense, but it keeps itself in check. This feels like it just keeps itself in check a little bit more, and you have to really push it a little bit harder to invoke it into that oversteer situation. But yeah, I mean, as a driving tool, as a driving focused tool of a car, it doesn't get much better than this, I have to say. This is absolutely sublime. And let's just hack around this course. one more time and enjoy it. Just a little corrections can be made, but the front end grip from these tyres is phenomenal. You can just correct it whenever you want. These tyres are really hanging on, and the front end and the rear end are just pinned, absolutely pinned. You can throw its weight, its small weight, into any of these corners and it just absolutely hangs on. What a car, what a machine. Well done, Alpine, you have created a mind-blowing car, and I absolutely adore it, and I honestly really want one of these. What a machine, what a car. Absolutely sublime. Great chassis, so much fun, grips for absolute days. It's just beautiful, beautiful, lovely sunny day. To be honest with you, I can imagine how fun this would be in the wet actually, but beautiful sunny day where you can really push this car to limit on a road course like this. I am absolutely mind blown once again by the absolute sheer genius of the bods at Alpine. Hats off, guys, hats off. Right, so that is the end of our video, guys. Please make sure you do subscribe. I've been noticing that a large percentage of our followers and viewers do not subscribe, so please support the channel. Like I say, it is free, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell. Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, like, share, comment and subscribe. We'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.